I got to be on the floor with Bronny. You know, either on the same uniform, a matchup against him. And I don't mean like, because he's a point guard. At this point, now I'm playing center. That would be ideal for sure. Being with him, spending a full year with him in the same uniform, that would be the icing on the cake.
LeBron James has revealed that his desire to play on the same NBA court as his sons has played a significant role in his career extension thus far. And given that Bronny James is now 18 years old, he might fulfill his goal earlier than most people anticipate. LeBron James' statement made headlines all over the world during the 2022 NBA All-Star Weekend in Cleveland. James told Jason Lloyd of The Athletic that his final season would be played alongside his son, stating that wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son for 1 year. It's not about the money at that point. In his 20th season in the NBA, the 38-year-old LeBron James is averaging 26.2 points per game and doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. At this pace, it is almost certain that LeBron will still be a brand name in the league by the time his son Bronny is ready for the NBA, due to his unequivocal desire to play in the league alongside his boys. While Bronny James has been in the national spotlight in his senior year at the powerhouse Los Angeles Prep High School, with Sierra Canyon, playing in games with matchups against Kian Anthony and Christ the King, which act as a sequel to the storied high school matchup between their fathers, LeBron and Carmelo, there have been discussions that raise concerns about his potential and long-term future prospects. In light of this, our video today scoops down to look into the life of Bronny James and assess his future prospects and future in the NBA. To ensure that you don't miss out on more great content like this, please take a moment to like and subscribe to Discovering Hub Sports. Also, click on the notification bell. Without much delay, let's jump right into the video. Ever since Bronny first entered the AAU scene the summer before 8th grade, he has been the subject of intense scrutiny. While Bronny was in middle school, videos of his best performances and LeBron even entering the layup line during warm-ups were all over the internet. The pressure that could be placed on his own son, who will enter the league as the progeny of one of the greatest players in the history of the game, was something that LeBron James, who himself graced the covers of magazines and newspapers as a burgeoning high school basketball talent with an absurd amount of hype, could relate to. During an episode of his HBO television series The Shop, James stated, "I still regret giving my 14-year-old my name. When I was younger, I didn't have a dad. So my whole thing was whenever I have a kid, I'm going to do everything that this man didn't do. It's up to them to take their own course whenever that time comes." Bronny has handled the pressure well despite it all and has shown signs of becoming a high major prospect. He now has a 4-star player rating for the high school class of 2023. He is ranked number 30 in the nation by Rivals.com and number 52 in his class by 247 Sports. Bronny, a 6'2" shooting guard, is a touch small and hasn't always performed well in high school. Bronny James has had an unusual high school experience up to this point. As a freshman at Sierra Canyon, he featured in every game, but the coronavirus pandemic postponed the beginning of his sophomore year. Zaire Williams and B.J. Boston were teammates on Bronny's varsity team. Williams, who was selected with the 10th overall choice in the 2021 NBA draft, is already playing in the Memphis Grizzlies rotation. One of the biggest surprises of this rookie class has been Boston, who was selected by the Los Angeles Clippers in the 2nd round. Bronny James tore his meniscus in February of his sophomore season, even though there were no games being played at the time, necessitating surgery. He hadn't fully recovered when the shirt season began in the spring, but he eventually played for Sierra Canyon in the postseason. While playing alongside ESPN Top 100 seniors like number 2 ranked 5-star UCLA commit Amari Bailey, and 4-star prospects like USC commit kid Johnny Wright, and Nebraska commit Lloyd, James wasn't always in the spotlight in the way that he probably should have been, even though his junior year was his first full season back from injury. Nonetheless, he has had some really good games, like his 18-point outing versus Glenbard West, a prestigious Chicago school. He also had some bad ones, like going scoreless when Sierra Canyon was defeated in the California State Tournament, CIF Southern Section Open. Based on this, the easiest way to sum up Bronny's position on his Sierra Canyon squad prior to his senior season is to say that he was a dependable starter and an outstanding perimeter defender, but he also played a more subdued offensive role as a shooter, secondary scorer, and facilitator. However, when you consider that LeBron is 6'8" and Bronny is 6'3", it's definitely safe to anticipate that he will grow even more by the time he enters the draft process. Although Bronny doesn't have the same wingspan as his father, he already makes the most of his power and quick feet to shut down opposing drives with ease. With his breakaway speed and savvy passing ability in transition, he can quickly convert defense into offense thanks to his good hands and keen awareness to fill passing lanes. It's common to hear about Bronny's feel for the game, but this innate quality is only beginning to emerge now that he is having the ball a bit more as his team's primary offensive initiator. Bronny is capable of playing the one or the two positions, but he primarily served as an off-ball scorer and shooter during his junior year. These days, his jump shot mechanics is looking really clean, but this hasn't always been the case. During his junior season, he did not shoot consistently, but he has already shown improvements in his long-range shot in his senior year. Also, although he could and should attack the rim more frequently because of his talents, he doesn't. Even so, he occasionally displays his burst and athleticism to go downhill and attack the rim with strong dunks and impressive layups. When it comes to what kind of player Bronny might be, there is still plenty to be revealed. The talent, skill, athleticism, and intelligence are already evident, which is not surprising for the child of arguably the greatest player in NBA history. However, the next phase of his development is to polish his defensive tools and expand on his offensive presence as his game and his body mature. He already has a number of offers from high major Division I schools, and it is obvious that he has NBA potential. However, he still needs to make adjustments before he can reach and succeed at that level. Unlike the recruitment processes of other high school athletes, Bronny's has been distinctive. Apart from Ohio State, all of his formal trips and offers have been very discreet, which has raised a lot of questions about his future commitment. Even the information about the schools that have sent offers to LeBron's son varies, according to reputable recruiting services like 247 Sports and ESPN. In addition to Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, Michigan, North Carolina, and Oregon, 247 Sports reports that Bronny has received official offers from Memphis, Ohio State, and USC. At the same time, ESPN's recruiting database has revealed that Bronny has also received offers from Kentucky, Michigan, and Oregon in addition to Memphis, Ohio State, and USC. The combo guard is also reportedly being pursued by UCLA. Bronny is currently in his senior year at Sierra Canyon, and it's anticipated that he will postpone making a decision until after the season is over. But it is certain that he will first be eligible for the NBA draft in 2024. And even if he may not appear to be a one-and-done prospect on paper, a lot of teams may still take a chance on Bronny James, especially if they stand a chance to lure the king himself, whether it takes place after 1 year or 4 years of college. Regardless of what LeBron and Bronny's future holds, the father and son playing together at the top level might be one of the most memorable and magical moments that basketball history can produce, and something that all fans would anticipate eagerly. Only time will tell whether Bronny can live up to his father's extremely ambitious assertion. What do you think of our video? Comment below with your thoughts and let us know. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and share with your friends on Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter.